What's up, guys? Twizzler back with another episode of Too Deep Coverage. Kind of I don't want to say an emergency episode. It is the night of the national championship starting around right now, to be honest with you. Just got home from work, just got settled in. But we had to go over the blockbuster news for the Chicago Bears. My team, my homeland team, they're finally trying. Okay, guys, it feels like they're finally trying. They hired Ben Johnson. I don't know how much money they threw at him. I don't know what kind of pitch they swung at him. They hired the man of the hour, Ben Johnson. Caleb Williams is in good hands. DJ Moore is in good hands. The scheme that the Lions have been running all year and last year has been magnificent to watch. The way these guys are just so cohesive down the field. I feel like it's going to help Caleb Williams so much with having timings and, oh man, it's just so exciting. Anyway, guys, have a lot of views on these videos. Hang out. Like the video, subscribe, be sure to send them to friends, say, hey, this guy's an idiot, what do you think? Or I agree with him. You know, just let me know what you guys think in the comments. Send it to your friends. But let's get started with this episode, okay, guys? It's really important, I think, to get into the facts, okay? Ben Johnson's been the offensive coordinator this entire run that the Lions have been on. Sadly, it ended the other night. Sadly for most fans, not so sadly for the Bears fans. All three NFC North teams got knocked out right away. It's a big deal for Ben Johnson to be coming onto our team. I think it's going to be probably the craziest time in Chicago football history. I think this is the best chance we've ever had going into, 3 more years of Caleb Williams' rookie contract. The best chance we have, the best players we've had. We're also getting supposedly Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator. So, I mean, even though the Saints didn't do very good this last year or the year before, I think that everybody can agree he's very good on defense. The Saints' defense has been top tier. I think that, the Bears are in good hands. The Bears are in good hands. I think I saw a statement today from Ryan Poles that said, I'm the football head of operations and we're bad, and that's on me. So that's huge. That's just absolutely huge. Ben Johnson coming onto this team, I think, is going to unlock the abilities of all the players that we have on offense. I think Caleb Williams going on the St. Brown podcast and just kind of voicing his opinion like, hey, look, I need an offensive coach. I need a play caller coach. I need somebody who's drawing plays. I need somebody who knows what they're doing. Shane Waldron came from Seattle. Okay, guys? And DK Metcalf had some of his worst seasons. Same thing with Tyler Lockett. Had some of their worst seasons with Shane Waldron in Seattle. And then he came to the Bears and got fired. Okay? I think we know why. I mean, DJ Moore was great. 1,000 yards every season until this year, I'm pretty sure. And even if he did, it would be a miracle. Okay, Caleb Williams did not underperform. Very few picks. A lot of touchdowns. High percentage passer. He's a good player. I genuinely think that the Bears had zero scheme this year. I think they had no chance. Like, when I say no chance, I mean to the point to where they could play an Alabama championship team. They wouldn't win because they have so much more cohesion than the Bears unit did this year. They were on their passing game coordinator as their interim head coach by the end of the year. It was literally like the president died, and then the vice president died, and then to be the speaker of the house, like somebody who really has no business being the president. That's kind of what happened this year. So if you, as a Bears fan, you get somebody who's young, don't want old people, sorry. If I have Caleb Williams for the next 10, 15 years, 20 years, if we go off like the Tom Brady, best career ever kind of thing, if we have a 20-year longevity with Caleb Williams, I would love to have Ben Johnson be running that offense for 20 years. I would love to have him run into plays for these guys for the next 5 to 8, 10 years while they have this huge Super Bowl window now. Now, regardless of what you say about Detroit, they got there off the back of their offense because their defense this year was so hurt. There was no way they were going to win, except the games the offense willed them to win. And I think that the Bears have that will to win. They're embarrassed, genuinely. Like, you can tell they're embarrassed. They're openly like talking about the way things were and how embarrassing it was, the culture. People talk about the Bears as they're a joke, so these people's career, the thing they represent, the city they live in, is a joke. Everything's a joke. No, these guys have passion. They want to play. They're trying to win. And I think you hire a guy like this. No offense to Mike McCarthy, but I think if you hire Mike McCarthy on his third leg in the NFL, you're kind of like, okay, well, just, go out to pasture here with us. Like, just end it here. You don't really see him, like, revolutionizing offense like Ben Johnson is. I mean, it's just a different level now. There's different age groups now. You need somebody who's, like, a Sean McVay type of just, like, pure scheme, run, but pass heavy as well. Very, just misdirection. You need that. And he brings that for our team, for my team, for the Chicago Bears. I think that Caleb Williams now, like I said, is going to be unlocked. I think we're going to see some of that Heisman ability come out even more, not out of desperation, but out of necessity to keep the game alive. I think it's going to be out of the way that, just daily plays. Every day, run options, runs, pass fakes, everything that you have in your arsenal, especially since he's so good at throwing the ball. Everybody talks about his talent. Now we know they got Ben Johnson. They didn't go get a random. They didn't get somebody, who's too old or too young or inexperienced. They got Ben Johnson, the prime, somebody who's in their division, has great knowledge against all of the team's defenses, his own defense in the Lions, and also how the Lions play offense as well. I'm sure they're going to keep a lot of that identity, or else they're poised to fail if they don't. So I just don't see a way that this is unsuccessful, especially in division. If you can win 5 games in your division every year, and you win 5 games out of your division every year, you win 10 games, you're automatically at least in that top 7 seed. You're in the playoffs. And look what Washington's doing this year. Okay, if everybody's comparing Jane Daniels' talent to Caleb Williams' talent at the beginning of the year, I saw a graphic today that literally had them so comparable. It was unreal. They played pretty much the same amount of games. They had similar pass percentage, interceptions, touchdowns. Everything was so similar. But just everything from the coaching to the ownership to the offensive line to how poor they were, there was so many things inhibiting Caleb Williams this year, holding him back from being like the man, from being that number 1 pick, from being who he wanted to be the same guy that C.J. Stroud was last year for himself. I think Jaden Daniels took his opportunity to be with a little bit better talent on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive side, well, you know what? I can't even say that about them because the Bears have had a really good defense. They even had a really good defense this year, top 10, I'm pretty sure, and they still weren't able to get it done purely because the offense had no way to get the ball down the field consistently with any type of consistency. There's just no way for them to get the ball down there. I mean, every game they had to come back from like down 20 at halftime. Is what everybody's been harping on all year, is that the Bears aren't capable because they lose the game in the first half and they're clawing back to just put points up on the scoreboard. And the defenses at that point are letting them. So, if you think about it that way, the Bears really shouldn't have won any games, or they shouldn't have lost as many games. I really think the Bears could have gone 9-8. I made a video on that. If you guys want to go check it out, it was one of my first ones. As you can tell, I'm a passionate Bears fan, man. I've been a Bears fan since they went to the Super Bowl in 2006 with Urlacher. He went to university here. He's from here. He played college football here. He played like 4 positions on our team. He was like the best player really to come out of here in a long time. So like, there's a big connection for me and football and the Chicago Bears and college here. And there's just so many things to where it's like, I love that team and I want them to succeed, and there's so many times where they've literally showed like we don't care about succeeding. Until now they go out and they get Ben Johnson, whether they throw him the bag, whether Caleb Williams schmoozed them, whether, whoever, however it happened. Like, I'm just so glad that the Bears are trying. I'm so glad that they are trying. So guys, sorry about that rant. I had to get it off my chest, to be honest. It's been way too long. National championship tonight. Like I said in yesterday's podcast, Ohio State's probably going to win. I'd like to see Notre Dame win just because I know a couple people that love Notre Dame. They've been waiting for Notre Dame to be good, to be in the playoff, to be in this, area for a long time. So I'd like to see that. But, I'd like to end now kind of like thinking about McCarthy. Where is he going to go? He's started his career with the Saints. So is he going to go back to the Saints? I know that the defensive coordinator for the Lions was interviewing with the Saints as well as the Jets. So, you know, if McCarthy gets the Saints, is he going to go to the Jets? Is that kind of a default thing? Who's going to go to Jacksonville? And who is New York going to get for their quarterback? I think it's going to be very crazy to see the free agency window in the offseason here. I think it's going to be just crazy, to be honest with you. The entire league is changing. All the old heads are pretty much out. Stafford, Goff, Cousins is irrelevant. There's no way they're beating Mayfield. I mean, the old guys that don't really do much are kind of out. You know, I think seeing Dak Prescott next year with his leg healed, if he'll be mobile enough to really be himself again, and we'll see how that goes. Other than that, guys, I really don't have much else. Just kind of an emergency episode. Wanted to get this out. Just, again, want to let you guys know. Be sure to share. Be sure to subscribe. Come back. We got these pretty often. Got videos on 2 other channels, too, so be sure to check those out. Appreciate you guys. See you later.